Season's greetings, nerds! Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome in. Sorry, I know this video is a little bit late, but the holidays tend to get a little bit hectic. Speaking of which, happy holidays! I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a happy new year as well. I know I've got a bunch of stuff on my list for this year, and I can't wait to get to it. But today, we are talking about one of my favorite Christmas movies, Turbo Man. Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way was released in 1996. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, Jake Lloyd, Phil Hartman, and Rita Wilson. This movie has been a staple in my life for every Christmas since I can remember. I swear I probably watch it every year. And it gets funnier and funnier every single time I watch it, dude. From the over-the-top acting to just the goofy-ass jokes that they tell. Some of them are a little distasteful.
Jeez, I've been sweating like a dog in a Chinese restaurant waiting for your sorry ass to show up.
But damn, this movie is so funny, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a man named Howard, a workaholic mattress salesman who rarely finds time for his family. In fact, the opening of the movie is him rushing to get to his son's karate graduation because he was in the middle of work when he should have been on his way already. He ends up getting pulled over where we're introduced to a cop that we get to see many other times in this movie. He eventually makes it to the school, but everybody's gone already. He goes home and confronts his son, and he apologizes, but his son isn't having it. He goes up, and they end up playing together for a little bit, where he kind of confesses that he got him the Turbo Man doll. He's reminded by his wife that he was supposed to pick up the doll 2 weeks ago.
Oh. That doll.
He goes out in a panic the next day, Christmas Eve of all days, trying to find this doll, but it is sold out in every single store, which is probably a no-brainer. It's the most popular toy at the time, so I would imagine that most stores aren't gonna have it on Christmas Eve.
Well, duh.
But Howard, being determined, he goes out anyway. He ends up running into a mailman named Myron, played by Sinbad, who is set out with the same exact goal.
My son sends me out for some goofy butt toy, some fruity robot named Turtle Man.
But he's a lot more frustrated. The first toy store they hit ends up being a dud.
Yes? I'm trying to find a Turbo Man doll.
But Howard finds out that a Turbo Man doll was just sold, and he goes after the lady that bought it. He ends up not having any luck though, and hits several more toy stores. We also find out that Phil Hartman's character Ted definitely has the hots for Howard's wife Liz. but we also get this scene that makes us realize that Ted isn't as cool as he makes himself out to be.
Pipe down in there!
Howard and Ted have this weird beef. I'm not sure where it comes from, but Howard fucking hates Ted, and it's so funny, dude.
Jeez, I gotta get the recipe from Les. Put that cookie down! Now!
Howard and Myron also become enemies very quickly. They end up overhearing someone talking about a new toy shipment hitting a mall, and they go there to try to find it. This movie was apparently directly inspired by many of the toy crazes back in the 90s.
Out into the store, we caused a near riot.
I've been looking everywhere for this, everywhere.
But you can't have this one. It's the last one.
Oh, well,
Now let go.
Oh.
Like one of my favorite subjects ever, the Power Rangers. And I can definitely see how it still holds up today, considering I tried to buy my own kid some toys this Christmas, and they sold out in a matter of minutes and then sold on eBay for quadruple the price. The toy store that they end up at is doing like a giveaway, like a drawing almost, and Howard ends up in not the best situation.
I got Just give me the ball. I got it. Ow!
Sicko!
He then runs into a mall Santa who tells him that he knows where to find a Turbo Man.
You want a Turbo Man for Christmas?
And he leads him to a shady warehouse full of bootleg toys and a ton of other Santas. Howard ends up getting into a fight after he finds out that he's getting sold a bootleg Turbo Man.
You know what you guys are? Nothing but a bunch of sleazy con men in red suits.
I'm gonna deck your halls, bub.
And then all of a sudden, a ton of cops show up. Howard uses a fake badge to like weasel his way out of it though, and it's on with a search. He ends up at a diner where he calls home to try to explain to his wife what's going on, but he ends up getting into a fight with his son over the phone.
What would you know about keeping your promises? You never keep your promises. You never do anything you say you're gonna do. Ever!
He also runs back into Myron, where they overhear a radio station doing a giveaway for a Turbo Man doll, and all they have to do is name Santa's reindeer.
It's Johnny 70MA. It's easy, just call.
They end up getting into a big shoving match, and they break the phone, and then they run to the radio station,
Hey, look, you guys, the radio station's just 2 blocks down.
where Howard freaks out the DJ.
Yeah, I got a madman in my studio and help me!
They bust into the booth, and Myron tells them that he has a bomb.
Who made explosive device?
There's a quick shuffle, and then they realize that it's not actually a bomb. Howard and Myron try to make a break for it, but Howard ends up running into the same cop that he's run into several times already. Myron tries to pull the same bomb trick, and they both get away, but this time it's actually a bomb.
That was really a bomb? Just a sick world we're living in. Sick people.
Howard finds that his car has been vandalized and he has to have it towed back home, where he sees that Ted is putting the star on his tree. And he's not too happy about that. And since he hasn't been able to find this Turbo Man doll, there's a little voice in his head that says, hey, you remember that Ted has a Turbo Man doll under his tree, right? And so what does Howard do? He decides to listen to that little voice and go try to take that Turbo Man doll. But my God, if he doesn't end up in an even worse situation than before. Ted and Liz see Howard almost burn down Ted's house, and Liz is not very happy about it.
You can't bench press your way out of this one.
They take off to the parade without Howard, and Howard has a couple drinks and thinks about it, where he decides that he's going to start keeping his promises. Oh yeah, I almost forgot he punches a reindeer. Howard ends up getting to the parade where he sees Ted putting the moves on Liz, and he literally runs into the same exact cop again, and he takes off to try to get away from him. He ends up in a building where they start changing out his clothes for some reason, and this guy is just talking to him. He doesn't understand what's going on, but it turns out that he is in fact becoming
Turbo Man!
They think that he's the actor that's supposed to be on the Christmas float and send him out with little instruction on how to use the suit. He really starts feeling himself, and I can't blame him because he looks freaking sweet in this suit, dude. He ends up finding out that he's going to be able to give away one of the Turbo Men to one of the kids, and he picks Jamie, his son. But wouldn't you know it, Turbo Man's arch nemesis shows up, and it turns out that it's Myron. This movie just gets better and better, dude.
Oh, shut up.
They have this huge fight. Myron chases Jamie up a building. And Howard is able to use the Turbo Man suit to save Jamie. Howard reveals that he is in fact Turbo Man, and everyone is shocked for some reason.
How do you know all that?
Well, who would know better than me?
Dad?
Howard?
Ted shows back up and he freaks out that Howard is Turbo Man, and they take the hell off.
What's going on here?
Look, Jamie's dad is Turbo Man.
Let's get out of here.
Jamie feels empathy for Myron though, as he's freaking out because he just wanted to give his son a Turbo Man, and he decides that since he has the real Turbo Man at home, that he'd give the doll to Myron to give to his son.
Wow. But, hey, thank you. Thank you.
The movie ends with a happy ending, except for in the post-credits, Howard realizes that he never got Liz anything. This movie is so much fun. I wanted to do a little shorter video this year for Christmas, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you had, like I said, a Merry Christmas and a great holiday, and I hope it's going to be a great year for all of us. Here's a little sneak peek of what we got going on. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic year.
On his 21st birthday, Jackie Estacano was going to pay the ultimate price.
All he talks about, all he seems capable of thinking about, is automobile racing.
Where's the money, Lebowski? You want that money, Lebowski? Bunny says you're good for it. Where's the money, Lebowski?